Hi, I'm Jerry Shields, and today we are going to take a look at a new project that I am working on. I don't have the golf course completed, but I do have a lot of the grow-in done. And also, I wanted to show everybody kind of behind the scenes of some of the features that I've spoken about that I've added to the golf course. You can't design golf courses every single day, and so I'm going to show you a few of the features that I've put in place and a couple of the golf holes. And first off, this is the opening site to golfers that are pulling in the front gate. Nice little garden there and a wall. And then the first thing we're going to do is take a trip down the driveway, and we're going to head towards the course maintenance. Of course, near and dear to me. As the next superintendent, I'd be coming into this golf course and hanging a left here and heading into where the course maintenance department is. So this is a big project, a big, huge clubhouse hotel complex, and it does require a lot of water in a rural setting. So there is a water tower here that's down by the maintenance yard. And then we get into the maintenance facility itself. There are several buildings. There's a pesticide storage facility, offices, some cart storage, equipment storage, and also some other areas. You can see the accuracies right down to the dumpster with the garbage bags, a few golf carts, and mowers. We have the aggregates there with the top dressing and material, and a few outbuildings. So that's the detail that goes into a maintenance shop that nobody will ever see. The next feature that we see coming up the driveway is the parking lot, and we may be able to catch someone there loading clubs in and out of a car there. So parking lot with some light standards, a few shrubs here and there. There is also a gate area that people need to go through before they go any farther towards the hotel and the golf course, and you can park your car there and have someone pick you up in a golf cart. Head down the driveway, and on your left you'll start to see the practice facility come into view. There is a bunker for practicing long fairway shots, and also a large tee deck. This is the pro shop facility coming in here on the left, and that is the front entranceway there. Golfers can then go in behind. Beside that pro shop is a practice green with a practice bunker for greenside shots. A nice deep bunker there. A little bit of an approach to also practice off of. And then heading in behind the pro shop, we do see the driving range come into view with the large deck and also the covered teeing area in case it's some bad weather or the decks are being seated and top dressed. After you're finished your practice round, then you head towards the first tee, and on this course, since the first tee is a little bit of a distance away from the pro shop, we do have a starter's booth on the first hole. So here is your starter's booth. You stop here and go inside, and in there you can be set up for your first tee time. And the view from the starter's booth looking down the first hole is just like that. So those are some examples of some buildings that you can build around your golf course. These are all just using standard 2K21 buildings. I've used some stone walls there and put a little building up on top of it, and it looks like a foundation with some stairs. Works quite easily. And of course, this is the hotel clubhouse facility here. Large gardens out front, and there are multiple decks and layers and different sections of this building. There are little balconies. Here's where someone would pull up and drop some clubs off if they were storing them in the clubhouse. And also we have several different entrances. We even have a little viewing area up top here between a couple of the wings. And then for this clubhouse, the big thing for me when I'm making a clubhouse is I want it to look like something when people are playing up 9 and or 18. This is the 9th hole here in the approach coming in, so I think we accomplished that as we come up and play and putting on this green. This is quite the interesting view from that 9th green, and then you'll play over our 10th tees are on this side of the clubhouse for the 10th hole that plays across that pond. And one little feature that's kind of interesting of this clubhouse is the little resort style courtyard with a swimming pool hot tub decorated with lounge chairs and lots of seating there to sit and enjoy a little dip in the pool and watch people tee off the 10th hole. And on the other side of the clubhouse, we also go over to a nice little viewing and seating area that overlooks the 18th green. And this is the view coming up the 18th hole, and again, equally impressive view. So this clubhouse is just several different buildings, all the same building, kind of linked together in different ways, trying to match the roof lines as best I could. I've even added a few extra features, such as flowers in flower pots around the edge, some light standards, some patio sets. I've even added a couple chimneys on top of the building. You see the stone chimneys, those are also add-ins. Some chairs that are up on the balconies that are tucked away in the corner. So all kinds of different features are available to you, and like I said, when I need a break from just shaping and flattening and adding golf features, this is kind of a nice way to kind of get your mind off of that and make the course seem a lot more realistic. If you're up in this clubhouse overlooking from the balcony there, you have quite the view out towards that starting booth and down the first hole. So I have most of the holes built. I still have to do a lot of the fine detail. You can see it looks pretty plain Jane. A lot of the auto-generated trees still haven't really dived too far into planting. The first hole I was doing some experimenting with some the river and how I'd like that to look. You can see here that we're looking for that kind of gabled rock look on this first hole. This is a par 5 that plays down a hill, and then you have an option to try to go for that green in 2. And as you can see, it is quite a challenge, especially the pin is tucked back right. And then after that, we move on to the second hole. You can see cart paths are just starting to be installed, not completely. Some are dead-ended, but there's still a lot of work to do. This is basically, at this point, number 2 onwards is just basic layout, getting a feel for what I want. There's going to be a lot more trees planted behind this green, for example. You can see that this cart path ends in a dead end at a river. We need to figure out how we're going to shape that and put a bridge in. Also, I'm not very impressed with how this looks on the opposite side of the river from the green. Likely going to flatten that, blend that a little bit better. So you can see that even though this course is built now, it is playable. There's a lot of work to do. The river is very plain. The landscape features around are a little random, and they need to kind of be smoothed out. Some odd features that are still there. Some natural grasses that were planted. This hole here plays across the valley. It's a reachable par 4 across the valley with a tight little shot across the bunker there. So you can see the golf course itself is coming together, and there is though a lot of shaping to be done, especially around this stream/river. We've got the general idea, but it just doesn't look natural. If I was to leave that like that, I could do that. I've seen golf courses that are published that do look like that, but I don't see a lot of that in real life. So I still have yet to figure out how I'm going to blend all this together and make it work. I do know that I want my tee there. You can see this hole plays to a split fairway. You have a lot of risk reward coming into this long par 4 that is tucked in across the river. So we do have a shared tee on one of the other holes. So a lot of interesting holes here at this new development. There's the maintenance shop, and we can see the river kind of winds all the way through the course. One hole that is especially interesting to me is this little par 3 here. That's a devilish little par 3. You tee off going across the pond and play down to a green that has a false front that rolls towards the water in a bunker, and these devilish little bunkers that have stairs in them to get out and on. And you can see I was practice testing this hole and playing from down here in this bunker, and you can see that that's a tricky little shot, and you do not want to be past the pin because you'll hit that false front and you will roll down towards the pond. So it looks like a very big green from the tee. You can see you're looking at just a sliver to work with. So that is one of the holes that's rather interesting. And of course, the risk reward 18th hole. How could you not have something that is going to allow the player to maybe catch a stroke or two at the end of the round for a tournament win? And you're playing out of this chute tier out through some trees, downhill to this undulating fairway that has a pond on the right side where the dogleg turns. And yes, of course, I did build one little feature in here. You can tee off in the white decks or the back decks if you're really clever. And there is an opening to go right across, and it is reachable to clear this pond if the wind's in the right direction. And you put yourself down on this part of the fairway shooting up towards the clubhouse for that chance at an eagle on the final par 5. So that's my tour of the new project I'm working on, and I'm hoping to have it out in the next month or so. There's still probably hours and hours of work to do on each hole as I build the features, do a little more landscaping, some planting, clean up that river. So there's a lot of work to do, but this will be the next course that I will be publishing for everyone to try out in the months ahead. So thanks for joining me for the tour today. I hope that kind of gives you an idea of for your own courses and how to use buildings and different features and plantings, and just to make it interesting. A lot of this stuff you'll never see when we actually publish the course and play it, but it kind of gets me in that right frame of mind and really paints a feel. This is a big, lofty, old hotel with a beautiful golf course around it. It kind of, from that, it kind of spins off ideas of how you want the holes to play and the whole demeanor of the golf course. So take care. Again, Jerry Shields. Definitely subscribe if you like this, and there's lots of other training videos I've developed, and I'll be bringing out in the days and weeks ahead. Also, there's a few of my courses that I've already published that are available for some playthroughs. So thanks for joining. Any questions, certainly ask, and I'll tell you how I've done some of the different things on this golf course if you want to steal an idea or two for your own. And just leave your questions in the comment section below, and I'll be getting back to you. So take care, and until next time, bye for now.